Hi guys, I'm going to do a little something different today. Debbie and I took a week off from the grind, the retirement grind. We went metal detecting in Culpeper, Virginia with over 300 other people in the group. We detected Monday through Friday last week. We got back, Sunday. Anyhow, I'm going to show you some of my finds. Let me get the camera right and I'll explain. Okay, these were my finds for the week. I would have done better, but it was 7 different pieces of property we had to detect on, and I had only been on one of them. Excuse me, I had been on 2 of them, but I chose not to go back to one of them. But those strange pieces of property, you don't know exactly where to go, where the hot spots are. So you don't do as good on a new piece of property until you learn where to go. I'll start up here and then go with the bullets. This is a J hook. It was would come off of a knapsack that a soldier wore to carry supplies in. I have found probably half a dozen of these. This is a good one. It's not bent up, it's not broken. 2 feet away, I found this this rivet, and I don't know if you all can see it on the camera or not. I might have it upside down. No, I had it right. It sort of looks like an eagle on there. I just can't quite make it out, but I think it is an eagle. But it was 2 feet away from the J-hook. This is a flat button. You find a whole lot of these around home sites. This is what people use for buttons from 1840 and back. You find some of them on the Civil War battlefields. They were still using some of them in the clothes, but they didn't make them after 1840. Sometimes you can read the maker on the back, and you can look up the history on the maker, and you can tell when they were in business, so you know when the button was made. But anyhow, they always look cool, little find. I like finding them. This is a bigger version of a flat button. They call it a dandy button. And sometimes they got designs on them, sometimes they haven't. The little loop would have been right there. The most sought after flat buttons are ones that's got a GW in the middle of it. And in the 13 states around here, I never have found one of those, of course. But anyhow, never say never. That would have been a George Washington inaugurational button. This is a button back. I didn't find any whole Civil War buttons, but this was probably a button back to a Union Eagle button. So not much there. This is a Canon, called a Canon Proma. I have found, I don't know, maybe 10 of these. This is the only one I found on the hunt, but this one hasn't been spent, and the reason I know is because this part down here would be badly corroded and probably wouldn't even be there. You lose about half of it after it's been in the ground for 150 some years when they are spent. So this one hasn't been spent, and it would have had a little wire right there, a little brass wire twisted, and had a little loop on it. And this would shove down in the back of the cannon in a hole, and that little wire being on this side, they would hook a cord in that loop and get away from the cannon and start pulling. They didn't jerk it, they pulled it. And inside of here had a little piece of flint, and when that broke, that set the charge off down this tube into the cannon. And this thing right here was just for the depth, and they would put something under it. After it was spent, they would put something under it and prise it up over the hole and go ahead and load the cannon again. They always cool little find. These 2 pieces here, they are probably case shot out of a cannonball. Sometimes you find musket balls. But these were probably case shot out of a cannonball or cylindrical type shell. These three up here, these are 69 caliber mini balls. Most people call them 3-ringers in the 58 calibers. Anyhow, these things weigh 600 some grains, 700 some grains, and some of them are over 800 some grains. There's several variants of this particular bullet right here, the 69 caliber. And I don't find too many of them, but it's always cool to find one. But just imagine getting hit by a bullet that weighs 700 grains. This one right here is a Williams cleaner. It's got a little metal disc here on the back. And these were made and given out to the soldiers. The way I hear it, they were supposed to shoot one of these every 5 shots, and this metal disc would clean the riflings. Well, the soldiers didn't like them because they were hard to load, and in the heat of the battle, the last thing you worried about is trying to load a gun with a bullet that's hard to load. But you can see the rifling marks on this one. Well, this one has been fired, and most of the time when you find a fired one, this metal disc on the back is not there. Okay. This is called a Ringtail Sharks. This is, I think, a 54 caliber. The Confederate cavalry used them, and I found 2 of them. I've got 2 of these that collided. You hear about 1 in a million finds. Well, I found 2 of these in, I think it was 2019, that had collided. One of them had hit the other one right in the side, and they stuck together. And we refer to them as collided bullets. It's around here at the house somewhere. I looked for it a minute ago. I don't know exactly where it's at. But these bullets right here, these Ringtail Sharks, they sell those for $40 a piece on eBay. I don't sell any of my finds. I keep everything I get. When I die, it's all going to go to a museum. This is another variant of the Sharps bullet, and it's flat on the back. Here's a little bit different one right here. Let me get this thing to focus. And it's got a hole in the back. And there's several different variants of the Sharps bullets. This is your normal, most common Civil War bullet that you find. The proper name for them are mini balls, M-I-N-I-E. They were invented by a Frenchman by the name of Claude Mini. And they were first used in the Crimea War, 1853 to 1856. And then it was used in the American Civil War. This is what came after your musket balls. These spherical type bullets that Claude Mini invented. And there were millions upon millions upon millions of these fired during the Civil War. And this is what we commonly find. I found quite a few of them. All of these right here. Yeah, all of these right here were mini balls. They are commonly referred to as 3-ringers. This is a rash bullet I found while I was there. It's a Sage 44 caliber bullet. I didn't have one of these. This was a first for me. Anyhow, I'll put this in a little lucite cup and put it with the rest of my bullets that were first. And here's some other. These are probably Colt 44s. And these two right here, I don't know. They fired, but I found them on a battlefield. They more than likely were fired from a pistol during the Civil War. So there's many variants of this 3-ringer, dozens of variants. And they weigh around 480 to 500 grains. And these were responsible for taking off many legs and many arms. So this is the one that was the most common during the Civil War. So that's about it. Sometimes I know I get my nice stuff out and maybe do a vid if anybody's interested. If you want to know more about Civil War bullets, this is a good place to start. That might be backwards, but you'll still be able to read it. I forgot to switch the screen before I started filming this. But then that's, I think it's about $14 on Amazon. Maybe you can get a used one on eBay cheaper. So anyhow, I'll show you this. This is a good dropped 58 caliber 3-ringer mini ball. And I used to carry this one in my pocket for good luck while I was detecting. But I just wanted you to see what a good one would look like. It's not fired. So we refer to them as dropped. There's a theory behind that maybe the soldiers were double loading powder charge. Each one of these bullets had a sack on the back that held the powder, and maybe they were dumping 2 charges down the barrel and then just throw this bullet away because it didn't have a powder charge on it. They had used it. And then sometimes in the heat of the battle, people running and falling, they would fall out of the cartridge box and so forth. Anytime I find anything that I can identify as being Civil War era items, every one of them, I stop and think, what was going on here? Why is this here? And you can't find answers to stuff like that. You can only wonder. But I did find a button one time, and I'll dig it out and tell you that story. It was a Navy button that I found 100 miles inland, and there's quite a story behind it. So I'll get that out and share it with you sometime. So anyway, everybody take care. Hope everybody's well. Thanks for watching.